Hello everybody, hope you are doing well. Well, in today's video we will be building this screen. It's popular in Pinterest screen, so hope you find it exciting and let's start coding. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is to start with the source view. So we go to our search folder and we create a new folder or two new folders. The first one will be for the view model, and the second one it will be for the view. Okay, perfect. So let's create our new file from template, SwiftUI view, and let's call it search view. Okay, perfect. And let's start by seeing the structure of our view. As you can see, this is a V-stack. So first thing, we will do a V-stack. Okay, and inside this V-stack, you start with a search view, or a search bar. So search bar. Second thing is, as you can see, we got a text where you got popular on Pinterest, so it will be text. And then it's a lazy V-grid, so lazy V-grid. Okay, and another thing we need to keep in mind is that this search bar is going to be used in other screens. I'm not sure, I think here it's something really similar, so it needs to be a reusable search bar or a reusable component. Okay, and for the navigation we will probably need a navigation stack, so we place it inside a navigation stack. Okay, perfect. Let's start with the text. The text is popular on Pinterest, so it will be a text popular on Pinterest. It will have a font of the title too. And the font weight of semi-bold. Which is perfect. Then we got our lazy V-grid, so we will most likely create a reusable component. So to do so, we will go to our component folder. We will create a new folder. It will be called view, and this folder will have a new file. It will be a SwiftUI view, and we will call it a category grid view. Okay, which is perfect, and in our search view we will call this category grid view. Okay, perfect so far. If I refresh to see what I have implemented so far. And before we continue, as you know, our view will need a view model. And our view model, before even working with our view model, we need a model. When I say a model, it's this item, as you can see, where you got blue wallpaper, where you got the image. All this, it's a model that got an item name and an image name. So we will create our model. We will go to model and we will create a new file. From template, it will be a Swift file, and we are going to call it item. Okay, so it will be struct item, it will be of type identifiable, hashable and codable. And first thing, we need an ID for the item. It will be of type string. We will also need the item name, which is this one. For example, in the first case it's blue wallpaper, in the second case it's beach picture, so we need an item name. It will be of type string. We will also need a description and link, so they won't be necessary, so we will make them optional. You got the choice to have them or not. So var description, it will be an optional string. We will have also var link, it will be also an optional string. We will need also is selected. It will be a boolean. We will also have a user ID, and this user ID will help us know who created the item, or so it will be user ID, and it will be an optional string. Okay, perfect so far. Now in our search view, we will need an array that contains these 6 items. The one with blue wallpaper, beach picture, DP for WhatsApp, purple aesthetic, selfie pose, and easy dinner recipe. Okay, so we need a view model. So in our view model folder, let's create a new file. It will be a Swift file. We will call it search view model. Okay, which is perfect. And first thing, we will need to import observation, because we are going to use the observation framework. We won't use observable object as I did, for example, in my previous videos or previous tutorial series. Okay, we will start with @observable and our class search view model, which is perfect, and we will create an array of items, which is this one. So it will be var items of type array of items. And here we will create them. We will do .init, and here all we care is a different ID or a unique ID for each one, so we will generate one every time. So it will be uuid string. For the item name, it will be this one, blue wallpaper. And for is selected, I will make it false for everyone for now. Okay, perfect. I think I forgot the image name. Yes, I forgot the image name. I should have also image name of type string. Anonymous mistake, I apologize, because as you see, we got the image, so I will also have an image name. It will be wallpaper, and this wallpaper is from our asset folder. So if I go to my asset folder in images that we added in the previous video, you can find wallpaper. Okay, which is this one. As I said, for the resources, they are in my Patreon. And of course, you can use your own images as long as it is in the asset folder. Okay, we will create a second one. It will also be uuid string. For the item name, it will be beach picture. Is selected will be false. And for the image name, it will be beach picture. And also beach picture, this one, if I go to my asset folder and make sure it's this one, it's an image in my asset folder. Okay, let's do the other one. So dot init, always uuid string. The first one will be dp for WhatsApp. Is selected will be false, and for the image name also dp WhatsApp. Okay, I'm going to copy this three and just change the fields that need to be changed. Like this one will be a purple aesthetic. So and for the image name, it will be purple aesthetic. Okay, for this one, it will be selfie poses. And for the image name, it will also be selfie poses. And for the last one, let me check. It's easy dinner recipe, so easy dinner recipe. And for the image name, it will be I'm not really sure, so let me check. Okay, it will be easy dinner recipe. Okay, which is perfect. Now if I go to my search view and call my view model, so it will be add state private var view model equal search view model. Okay, which is perfect. Now we will need our category grid view. So in my category grid view, going to create a new view, and I will probably pass the view model, so it will be add bindable var view model of type not category grid of type search view model. Okay, and we will give it a search view model. Okay, which is perfect. We will need lazy vgrid. So first thing, we will need a grid item. So private let grid item. It will be an array of grid item, and it will be dot equal an array dot init dot flexible, and I will give them a spacing of 1, and also for this one I will give it a spacing of 1. Okay, perfect. So let's create our lazy vgrid. So lazy vgrid, we will need columns and spacing. So for columns I will give it the grid. Okay, I apologize. Okay, lazy vgrid, I will give it columns and the one we created, so grid items, and I will give it also a spacing of 1. Okay, now I want to, as you see, I got 6 items. I want to search or to iterate these 6 items, so it will be for each, and I will use view model dot I don't know why I call it item, I apologize. It will be items, the array of items. So view model dot items for each, it will be item in, and here let's see what we will be having. As you can see, it's a Z stack where you got clearly an image, and above that image you got a text. So let's start with that. So we will have Z stack. Inside my Z stack I will have an image. For the image it will be the item.image name. I will make it resizable and scale to fit. And I need to give it a frame with width and height. Okay, for the height it will be 120, but for the width I want it to be the size of the screen divided by 2, and let's take away something like 16. So let's create a private var image dimension that will be a CG float, and here we will return UI screen dot main dot bound dot width divided by 2 and minus 16. And as you know, when it's only one line, you don't really need to write the return. So you can write it this way. It's similar to writing a return. Okay, and here we will give it the image dimension as width. Let's make it dot clip it. And as you probably see, there is some kind of a little bit of black above image, is to make when writing in white, to make it readable. So we will add dot overlay, and it will be color dot black dot opacity of 0.4. Okay, perfect. The second, okay, for some reason it doesn't reload. Okay, I need to pass the view model, I apologize. And let's give it the view model. Okay, let's wait for it. And after that, we implemented the image and everything. Now we will add the text. So let's add the text, but before adding the text, as you can see here that there is a corner radius on the Z stack. Here we don't have a corner radius, so let's add that corner radius. So in the Z stack, let's add dot clip shape, rounded rectangle with a corner radius of 20. Okay, perfect. And as you can see, we got more spacing so between the items. So let's add a padding of dot vertical of 16. Okay, perfect. And let's also, or I prefer 8. I think 16 is too much. Okay, now it's better, I think. We could add also a padding of dot horizontal, but I don't really think we will probably need it. I said we don't need it, so let's leave it like that. Okay, perfect. Now we will need to add a text, so above the image inside the Z stack, let's add a text, and it will be item dot item name with a font dot headline, a font weight of semi-bold, a foreground style of white, and that should be all we need. We can also, with Z stack, we can extract subview and refactor, rename. Let's call it category item view. This way it's a lot cleaner, I think. Okay, we need also to pass the item. So it will be var item of type item. Okay, and we will also need var width of type cgfloat. And here we will pass the width instead of the image dimension. Okay, and here we will pass the item and here the image dimension. Okay, which is perfect, I think. But I prefer to make this private, so let's make it private and private var width also, and add now an initializer. And that should be working perfectly. Okay, perfect, I think. If I go to my search view now, it's perfect, I think. Very similar to what we got here. We probably need a spacer to after the category grid view, so here a spacer. which is very good. After the V stack, we will need a little bit of padding, of vertical padding. So vertical of 20. Okay, perfect. The next thing we need to do is this search bar. We will implement it in the next video, but for today's video, that's all. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you do, please like and subscribe, and as always, stay safe, stay healthy, and see you in the next video. Bye bye.